I am Olivia Sanders, 32 years old. 3 weeks ago, I collapsed at my desk at 11:47 p.m., hemorrhagic stroke. Doctors said I was 48 hours from permanent brain damage or death. My mother, Janice Sanders, got the call at 7 a.m. By 9:03, she was at the hospital. By 3 p.m., she decided my sister Jessica Sanders' wedding venue tour in Hawaii couldn't wait. By 6:45 p.m., my entire family was on a plane to Honolulu. I spent 7 days in the ICU, alone, or so I thought. When I woke up, the nurse handed me the visitor log. One name appeared every night: Arthur Whitmore, a man I had never heard of. A man who sat outside my glass door for 3 hours the first night, just watching. A man who paid my $139,000 hospital bill in cash and asked to remain anonymous. When my mother saw his name, her face said everything she had hidden for 32 years. Every Sunday at 6 p.m., Janice called me, not to check on me, to update expenses. "Olivia, your father Michael Sanders needs new tires, $480. Jessica's wedding deposit is $2,200. Electricity is $300 extra." I added it up while she spoke, almost $3,000 on top of the $800 I already sent monthly. "You don't have a family to support," she said when I hesitated. "Jessica needs help. You make good money." I sent it. I always did. Then I tracked everything in an Excel file. 7 years, $187,400 sent home. 90% for Jessica. Then Jessica texted me a wedding dress photo. $800. Mum said you'd help. Also, $25,000 for the wedding fund. I replied, "I'll see what I can do." At work, my CEO Mark Anderson emailed me. IPO moved up. I had 18 days left until financial freedom. But the workload broke me. 4 hours of sleep, 16-hour days, stress building until my vision blurred. Then, nothing. I collapsed at my desk. Diagnosis: hemorrhagic stroke. In the ICU, my mother called once. I was stable, she said the doctor told her. That was enough for her to fly to Hawaii. On Instagram, Jessica posted them smiling at the airport. "Hawaii, here we come." That same night, Arthur Whitmore arrived at the hospital. He didn't come in at first, he just stood outside my glass door for hours. Night after night, he returned. Always alone, always watching. The nurses logged him every time. No family visited me, only Arthur Whitmore. When complications hit, my heart inflamed, risk of death rising, the hospital needed consent and payment. My mother refused. "Send the bill to Olivia," she said. "She makes good money." Then Arthur paid everything, $139,000 in full. When asked who he was, he simply said, "I'm her father." But legally, my father was Michael Sanders. When my mother finally returned from Hawaii, she saw Arthur Whitmore's name in my records. The color drained from her face. In the ICU hallway, she finally saw him. Arthur stood up slowly. After 32 years, they were face to face again. "You chose Hawaii while she was dying," he said quietly. "You had a choice." Then he walked toward my room. My mother collapsed behind him. When I woke up again, the chair beside my bed was empty. But there was a book, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Inside, handwritten, "To my daughter. I hope one day you understand why I stayed away. A.W." Then I learned everything. Arthur Whitmore was a billionaire investor. He had funded my scholarship, paid for my education, invested in my company, watched my entire life from afar. When I called my CEO Mark, he confirmed it. Arthur was the largest silent investor in my company, and he had been informed the moment I collapsed. He knew before my family even reacted. When I confronted him later, Arthur finally told me the truth. He had left my mother Janice in 1992 for work abroad. When he returned, she had married Michael Sanders and lied about my paternity, threatened him to stay away. So he did, until he couldn't anymore. I stood outside the glass because I didn't know if I had the right to enter, he said. You were there every night, I replied. Yes, because you are my daughter. Not Michael's, his. Everything collapsed after that. Janice lost her marriage. Michael left quietly after learning the truth. Jessica's wedding fell apart without my money. But I stopped sending money. I stopped being used. Arthur never forced himself into my life. He waited. And slowly, I let him in. We met for coffee weeks later. Awkward, quiet, real. He showed me a photo of my grandmother, taken the last time he saw her before everything broke. I carried this for 32 years, he said, looking for something I lost. He looked at me. I found you instead. Now I understand something I never did before. Family isn't who uses you. It's who stands outside the glass for 32 years, waiting for permission to love you.